Okay, so this one's going to be about the afterlife. Now, when I first came encounter with the afterlife, it was after my confrontation with you guys. There's a confrontation about you guys. I might get into it, but the first thing, basically, what happened is I pissed off the mafia around here, if you will, and I wasn't going to get laid. And I was like 24 years old, and I was still a virgin, and I wasn't going to get laid. And anyway, so the afterlife essentially came to me telling me telling me let me know it's okay if you kill yourself, there's an afterlife, you know what I mean, and we have women here, and you know what I mean. And at the time they came to me, like, I was outright suicidal, like I was fucking done with this place. I had enough of everything and everyone, and when they told me that there's an afterlife, I was so disappointed. Like, that was like the worst news I'd ever heard in my entire life. I mean, this isn't over. You mean like when I go and kill myself, this isn't even over? It's going to keep on going. You know what I mean? Like, that was the worst news I had ever heard in my entire life, and that was the first time that I came encountered with the afterlife. So, anyway, so what works out to me, basically what I did is like I played with time, but what I realized is there's somebody out there, and that's how their spaceship works. Is that they manipulate time and space, and there's almost like a material that sounds like time. Like when you manipulate it, it actually sounds like it like registers to your instincts that it's time. So anyway, I was playing with that back in 2007. This is when my incident with you guys, when I discovered you guys were watching me, and I flipped out on you guys for being inside my house. That was the short of the incident. But like, um, I'll get you to karma check some of the criminals that are associated with being inside of my house, such as 50 Cent and Timbaland and their AO Technology song. You can check that to some of my earlier demos. I think I might even call one AO for you. I might have it listed. But anyway, it's worth saying, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way. Anyway, I had this like cool machine head effect at the time that would go through me, and they thought it was this like natural effect. They, nobody knows there's machine heads and that we're getting these special effects on our voices through the machine head, right? But I had this wicked machine head voice that went through it at the time. And they thought it was this natural effect, and they did this song as it's like they hated me because I made fun of Timbaland. Timbaland stole a song from like this composer of video games, this like poor composer of video game guy. You know, Timberland sampled the whole video game track and then just added a beat to it and called it an Nelly Furtado song. And then he's on like YouTube saying like I'm the best and stuff. And I was like, yeah, you're the best thief, and you have girls from here to here because you're like mafia and whatever I said, right? You know what I mean? And I probably didn't get into mafia at that point in time yet, but I did. I was a pretty good disser at in my age at that day. So like I dissed him on YouTube for stealing from a poor person and acting like he was the best, and that he should get away with this sort of activity like your whole mafia does. That you're allowed certain laws don't apply to you or something, which is going to seriously change, seeing as I'm the richest guy around here now. But anyway, um, and like I said, you can karma check 50 Cent, Timbaland, Justin Timberlake got up off their ass. Got up off. This isn't some machine head song that they stole from me and injected through some emo kid through the machine head that didn't know he was playing my style, that he was playing my type of cool that I created. The machine head stole and gave to you guys. You take my genrealistic style, my cool that I'm creating, my karma that I'm creating, and give it to other kids and stuff. This wasn't that. This was these guys got up off their butt, hacked my computer, looked me up, came up with this song. So anyway, so I flipped out at them. I didn't type this like on YouTube or anything, but I typed it into my computer because I figured they had one of those typing bots, and I just typed the N word a whole bunch of times and called them a whole bunch of N word names and acting how they think I'm some sort of white boy that's just going to be that they're just going to be able that's just going to listen to them because they're some sort of pimp. Because I have friends like this. I have friends, you know, who literally think that white people are, you know, losers and they're pushovers and they're just going to listen, be bullied. They're easily bullied. Exactly, and I wasn't going to be easily bullied, and I called them a bunch of N-words and blah blah blah. I'm ready to go with exactly. I'm as psycho as you are at this point in time because I'm still 20 years old. But but anyway, but so that's what started the fight. But anyway, what I realized is since the cops didn't come to my door, that the cops are a part of this mafia, right? So so anyway, so I get in fight with the cops and the mafia from around my local Edmonton city here, and the afterlife ends up coming to me later in while I'm watching YouTube videos in my home, waiting to die, basically, knowing that like, oh, good, I'm never going to get a gig in this city. You know what I mean? Like I'm screwed now, right? Exactly, and like, and not only this, but the afterlife comes and encourages you to kill yourself. Encourages a guy like me who invented and did everything that I ended up doing to kill himself before he fucking does it. But anyway, but I end up meeting some people in the afterlife that have karma consoles. Like if you ever listen to music, it's karmatically laced, and movies are karmatically laced. Those consoles are from the afterlife. Some alien in the afterlife gave us these karma consoles, and they're like really awesome. And I was playing with them, but I was getting special effects from, like I said, from actual heaven, and then I was getting the special effects from like the farmer that has that has the dinosaurs. I was getting special effects from the creator of life, and I was bringing these all into this afterlife console, is what was happening. And these people were coming all from all over the dimensional world and all over the galaxy and stuff to come see me in my little YouTube, my YouTube show, because the way it works is like, I'm watching YouTube. It's not real. It's not like I did this in real life. It's like magical god stuff, but it's not like I did it in real life. I did it on a console and YouTube, and these are like all the entities that are able to hack the console and get into YouTube, and they'll even lace this video. I'll get a bunch of them to lace this video when you watch this video at different points of time. Like I did, see if I can do that nod thing. No nod, no nod, no nod. I'll give you a yes if I get the one that I want. That was kind of it. That was kind. I'll try to like. Oh, you almost, if you would have saw like the little clear, it's like Predator. It's like a Predator clear thing, like clicked there. That's me hacking their stuff. Like my soul can get into their stuff and click their buttons a little bit. I can hack the machine head a little bit. I can create glitches. Like everybody's got this like really quick time. They can speak really fast and talk about this and do this and all at the same time. That's because these guys, faster time zones is a thing around here. Like the police around here live in a faster time zone. They're much faster than us. They think much faster. They do things much faster. They live much faster. We're in a slower time zone. That's also why it's hard for me to get these guys to nod, because the faster time zone screws with me, because they want to be the boss still, and I'm me and I got to do whatever I want. So they're not happy with what I do because I beat everybody up, basically. But anyway, we'll get into who I'm beating up later. Basically, if you broke the law, I'm beating you up because I got caught on the right side of the law in this 50 Cent kerfuffle and dirty cop kerfuffle. And then I realized that the whole world's run by mafia. Keep in mind, the only reason I'm not famous and not rich right now and not feeding a whole bunch of poor people and building my school that I am so renowned for in the afterlife and so forth for is because of this mafia. Because this mafia today is still ruining my life, exactly. So these videos are like, screw them a bit too, right? Like the reason that I tell you about my generators, because you're the guys that they didn't tell. You know what I mean? Plus my group that gets nothing. We get Donald Trump, exactly. That's what we get. So, but the afterlife is like, I ended up giving my company to an alien because I found that all the afterlife people were fiends, and when I was doing this god karma stuff, they just wanted my sperm. So I was like, since everybody here's a fiend and they just want my sperm, and the alien doesn't want to rape me and play with my dick and do all this nasty stuff to me, I'm going to let the alien run my company and make sure that we don't get anything. So we're not in on it like you think we are. We have to ask permission from my alien to get in on my shit. And I got 30 seconds. I don't know. But the Afterlife company is kind of like one of the richest companies in space now. One of the richest companies in space, seriously. Like, I'll tell you more about my sociology, how Russia built like an atomic bomb that doesn't environmentally hurt trees, and I I took concepts like that and applied it to technology and built technology that's better, and it applies to everything.